So when I was a kid, my dad loved Mexico. He used to take us down there all the time. There was this one trip in particular, I was about 7. And I'm not talking about a day trip across the border for lunch. We were deep, like down by Ixtapa and Zihuatanejo. And we were down there for about 7 days. I don't think I even had a passport at the time. They actually had like my handprint on the back of my birth certificate. So it was pretty roots. Anyway, one day we were roaming around the city center and somehow I separated from the pack and kind of got myself lost. I'm sure my dad was losing his mind, but I didn't know any better. I mean, this might as well have been Anaheim or Seattle or wherever for that matter. I didn't know any better. And mind you, this is the 80s, like peak cartel activity, I'm sure, was lurking behind the shadows and some nefarious characters. But again, I didn't really care. So I followed the smells and the sounds and the sights, and I ended up at this taco cart. The guy had no problem selling me a plate full of tacos. It was beautiful. He was throwing meat through the air, guac, limes. I had a couple pesos in my hand. But the first time in my life, for the first time, I kind of felt independent. Like I made this happen. I found this place on my own. And right then, my dad snatched my arm and found me. And I'm sure he was feeling all kinds of emotions: fear, anger, relief. But that's when it started. My love for carne asada. The perfect taco doesn't really need much. Little onion, some cilantro, grilled lime, and some killer hot sauce. You're good to go. But of course, you got to make the guac. So I joke that my motto used to be everything always. I don't know why. I felt like I had to put a whole frickin' salad in my guac. Now I like it simple. Salt, pepper, grilled lime, little cumin. Call it a day. Maybe cilantro and shallot if there's time. Are you guys ready to fire up this grill? Oof. Listen to that sizzle. I like to grill it hot and fast. Grill some limes up, some green onions. So good carne is best when it's cooked over old school mesquite carbón, like the stuff you'd find at the corner store. These street side vendors, they'd have like a giant, massive tree trunk butcher block and like a 15-inch butcher knife, just carving al pastor right off the spit, throwing guacamole and salsa through the air. They can make like 15 tacos in about 30 seconds. Well, let's put ours together. And I'm not ashamed to say, I did flour and corn. I like both. Put your veg on, get your guac on there. I got all kinds of different weird hot sauces. I pretty much have one for every different kind of cuisine I eat. And then I put together this homemade fermented habanero hot sauce that's lights out. Pretty fire. Well, this has been a lot of fun today getting to cook for you guys. Thanks for listening to my weird stories about getting lost in Mexico. Hey, let's have a barbecue. Fire up the grill. I'll bring the carne asada. I'll see you guys soon.